I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video, and something that I'd kind of forgotten about, to be honest. Team of the season predictions. I forgot to do the video for Premier League. I might do Liga NOS tomorrow morning, but Premier League for the time being. And I've just gone off stats, of course. Leno up first. He's the one that's already in packs. He'll be re-released from the community with the Premier League. My next two goalkeeper options are Nick Pope with pretty decent stats across the board, really. I mean, 11 clean sheets so far this season with 89 saves is the highest in the Premier League, so I'd be surprised to not see him. I'm going to skip over Alisson, and I'm going to go for Dean Henderson. Wouldn't be surprised if they left out Dean Henderson and maybe included him as an objective or an SBC or something, but either way, I still think he deserves to be there. 10 clean sheets for Sheffield United with 70 saves. I've left out Alisson. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'd like to see him there, but he does have a Team of the Year. Speaking of which, so does Van Dijk, but it's going to be difficult to keep him out of Team of the Season. Will he be the same rating as his Team of the Year? I really don't know. Take these ratings and stats with a pinch of salt. Just something that I threw together to give you a visual representation. Van Dijk has got some crazy stats off the chart, really, but an average rating of 7.33 is the reason why he's there. Tarkowski of Burnley, believe it or not, has had a very good season. 11 clean sheets, 49 interceptions, which is the most of any defender on this list. 37 block shots, which once again is the most of any defender on this list. And you've guessed it, most clearances as well. Moving on to Soyuncu, a player that I've probably mispronounced the name of, but also a player that hasn't had a special card this season. 7.11 average match rating, 49 tackles so far this season, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is joint with Tarkowski, most on the list. 10 clean sheets is there in there, as well as 36 interceptions. Pretty good season. Trent has had a equally as good season, actually having a highest match rating of, I think, nearly, well, not any player on the list, but it's not too far off. I think there's only one player on the entire list, not of defenders, but of players, that has a higher average match rating than he does, which is quite impressive stuff. Let's move on to Egan, is that how you say his name? John Egan? Egan? I'm not sure, but either way, he was up for a vote in the community, didn't get it, but I still feel like he deserves to be there. He has had a very good season with Sheffield United, as has most of their squad, to be fair. I've not included anybody else from their squad other than the goalkeeper and a centre-back because I'm stupid, but I would not be surprised to see more than... I wouldn't be surprised to see more than like 2 or 3 because they deserve it. I've talked over Joe Gomez because he's already in packs and no one really cares. I'm a Liverpool fan and I don't think he deserves to be there. But, I mean, it's a good card to be able to pack, so I'm not going to argue against that. It's just, yeah, let's move on. Kevin De Bruyne, arguably one of, if not, the best midfielder in the world. And I say that, like I said, as a Liverpool fan. He has created 23 chances, and big chances as well, this season, with 16 assists, which is the most in the Premier League. Yep, even more than Trent. Not by many, but still more. Just deserves to be there. Full stop. I know he's a Team of the Year, but still. Let's move on. James Maddison. Not sure of the rating, but still, he's created 7 big chances this season. Only 3 assists, but has an average match rating of 7.34. Kevin De Bruyne, by the way, has the highest in the Premier League, 7.92. Absolutely insane. He's got a relatively high pass accuracy, 83%. Not the highest on the list, but still, in my opinion, worthy of a Team of the Season, as is probably future Manchester United. I don't know why, but I can see him in a Man United shirt. Can't you? I can. Either way, Jack Grealish. Only 6 assists, which I say only, is still a lot, you know, for a team who are struggling against relegation. Not bad, really, considering he's done really well. 7.46 average match rating as well, which is very, very good. Another Liverpool player worth mentioning is Jordan Henderson. I was very surprised that he didn't get a vote for Community Team of the Season. So either EA know that he's getting a fully fledged Team of the Season, or they are going to overlook him completely for absolutely no reason. He has probably been Liverpool's best player this season. I mean, you can argue Salah or Mane or whatever you want, but in my opinion, it's Henderson. I know, right? Rodri? Really? Does he deserve? Yes, he does. In my opinion, based on stats, he deserves to be there. He has the highest pass accuracy in the league, 92%. He's got 28 key passes, which isn't quite as many as like Jack Grealish, who's got like 69, and James Maddison with 75, and Kevin De Bruyne with 96. But it is still quite impressive. He's on par with like Jordan Henderson and stuff. And when you consider that someone like Fernandinho has got in there, who has only 6, he has less passes, less pass accuracy, less assists. Rodri has 1 assist, not that it's crazy, but he's also got a lower average match rating than Rodri. So Fernandinho got 1, so why not, right? I know. When you look at the stats, it is very surprising, some of these players. Like this guy. If there was ever an award for the least deserving team of the season player ever, I think he would be up there. I mean, I'm not saying he would take the crown, but Felipe Anderson would definitely be up there. I mean, just nowhere near the key passes, accurate passes, pass accuracy, and so on and so forth. Wilfred Zaha isn't too far behind. For a forward, I mean, a centre forward, right? So he's an attacker, right? He has 3 goals and 3 assists this season, which is 11 less than our nearest forward. Danny Ings up there with 15 goals, only the 1 assist, but he's an out-and-out goal scorer. You can't argue with that. 6.98 average match rating, so nowhere near the 7s that, or 7 point whatever it is that the other players are registering, but higher than 6.67 of Wilfred Zaha, so definitely in my opinion deserves to be there. Absolutely banging season. Mane, I'm not sure on this one. I mean, I wouldn't say that he doesn't deserve to be there. He has 14 goals, which is the lowest of our forwards if you discount Wilfred Zaha, which I have done. But saying that, though, he's just so influential for a team that are just top of the league and flying with it. I don't really care if he gets one because he has a team of the year and I won't be able to afford him anyway, so I'm not biased. It's just kind of hard to keep him out, you know. Sergio Aguero, 16 goals, which is 2 more than Mane, 1 more than Ings, 3 assists. So again, not crazy on the assists, but he is a goal scorer, and that looks like a pretty impressive card. It's going to be hard to really keep Sergio Aguero out of team of the season. I'm sure EA will find a way how to, but still. Up next is going to be Salah. Of course, he didn't get himself a team of the year, so absolutely no surprises to see him in team of the season. Plus, he has the highest average match rating of any of the strikers in a 7.47 with 16 goals and 6 assists. More assists than anyone else, apart from Mane, actually, who has 7. They share the goals there at Liverpool, don't they? Let's move on to Aubameyang. 7.12 average match rating, not crazy, but 17 goals with only 1 assist. They don't like to pass, do they, these strikers? 17 goals so far this season for Arsenal. Let's be honest, you know, Arsenal not doing particularly well this season, so for one of their strikers to get 17 goals is actually quite impressive. I would be more than happy to give it to him, plus he has the highest goal conversion rate. Not too far behind him, though, is Vardy, the league leader so far with 19 goals, 4 assists, 35.85 goal conversion rate, which, like I said, is the second highest, 1% or less than 1% actually behind Aubameyang, but still 100% deserves a team of the season card this season. There are going to be some honourable mentions though, so bear with me. Adama Traore, let's be honest, everybody wants this. 4 goals, which isn't great, but 144 successful dribbles, which is a lot. I mean, that is just leaps and bounds, triple the amount of any striker that we have on the list. Even Salah, literally triple the amount, 100 more than Salah has. Crazy stuff. Let's move on to Ricardo Pereira. Wouldn't be surprised to not see him because he has a shapeshifter on the left side, and whether he'd be 90 or 91 rated is anybody's guess, really. He could even be 89, who knows, but I still think he's in with a shout, really. He's done particularly well. He's got 119 tackles in there. It's quite impressive stuff. Moving on to a player who did well sort of in the first half of the season, dropped off a little bit when Norwich did, Buendia. I still think he's maybe worthy of an objective or an SBC or something. I would definitely like to see him in there. 92 successful dribbles, which again is more than double any of the strikers or forwards that we have in the actual prediction. Just a very good player who's had a very good season. Mahrez is yet another player that you may think along the lines of Rodri, really, that you just don't think of him when you think of team of the season, but he definitely deserves to be there. I mean, 7.62 average match rating is the second highest in the league behind Kevin De Bruyne, only slightly ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold, but still crazy stats. And finally, does Bruno Fernandes deserve a team of the season? For what he's done for Manchester United, no, because he just hasn't played enough. It's not that he's not good enough and he hasn't done well for Man United, because he has, right? Obviously. But he just hasn't played enough. And it's not his fault, he just moved late, right? And then the season got cut short. So, based on his sporting performance, and if you add what he's done at Manchester United so far, in my opinion, he deserves a team of the season. Whether it would be 94, 5, 6, whatever, is irrelevant. I just think he deserves to be there. And this is coming from a Liverpool fan and someone who doesn't really like Manchester United, full stop, really. You could argue as well that Marcus Rashford deserves to be in here as well somewhere. Because he has got 14 goals, he's got a lot of assists, and he's just done well, and he obviously was hit with injury, but I just, you could argue maybe 10 or 12 more players should be in here, but otherwise we would literally be here until Team of the Season came out, so we've got to call it a day somewhere, and that is where I'm going to call it a day. Let me know in the comments whether you would be excited to see any of these players, and whether you think I've left anybody out, because obviously I have done. Like I said, there are several Sheffield United players who could have got in there. There may be one or two more Norwich players, and indeed Wolves players, quite a few Wolves players that could have made it in there, but they've just been overshadowed slightly by the odd player here or there. And of course, I know I've not included like crazy amounts of Liverpool players, but it would be easy for me to sit here and say, let's put the whole Liverpool squad in there. But, realistically, they've done well as a unit, as a team, but in terms of individual performances, there are players out there doing very, very well, and we need to honour those players as well. So let me know what you think of the whole thing in the comments. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.